The big fight in the heavyweight division is finally taking place this Saturday when Tyson Fury takes on Alexander Usyk. Before I give my opinion on how this fight is going to play out, let's just be happy that we're actually getting this fight. There was a long time in boxing where we weren't getting the big fights at the right time, you know. I always was a big fan of Cal Brook. And I was always gutted we never got Amir Khan versus Cal Brook. And it happened very late on in their careers when both of them were quite washed. And thankfully, this isn't the case. We've been able to get Tyson Fury versus Usyk when they're both in the prime. Maybe we'll touch into Fury being in his prime after his last performance. But regardless, I'm still happy that we got this fight when both of them are fighting at a good level. And I'm going to be honest with you all. I'm struggling to pick who wins this fight. I think it's such a 50-50 split down the middle. I really can't call it. It's so hard to pick this fight, and I can't confidently pick one of the fighters to win this. But what I think is going to happen is that the fight is going to be quite uneventful. Now just hear me out. I'm not trying to be a knobhead. I'm so happy we've got this big fight. I just don't know, I feel like it's going to be quite uneventful given the styles from both Usyk and Tyson Fury. And if I'm wrong, then I'm completely happy to be wrong because we get an entertaining fight. But I just don't see that being the case, unfortunately. Because in this fight, I feel like there's going to be a lot of holding and not many shots actually landing clean. So how I think this fight's going to play out, I feel like Fury, obviously being the bigger guy, 6'9", don't know how much he fucking weighs, a fuck ton pretty much. He's so much bigger than Usyk, who's 6'3". Obviously, Usyk used to be a former cruiserweight as well. I don't know, I just feel like Usyk is going to struggle with the range of Tyson Fury. He's just got such an advantage, Fury does, you know, with how long he is, how big he is. I feel like he might struggle with that range. I know he was able to handle AJ's reach quite well, but I'm pretty sure Tyson Fury has longer reach than Anthony Joshua. And not only that, but I feel like Fury uses his reach a lot better than AJ does. But not only that, I feel like Usyk's going to struggle with the range. But I also think Fury's going to struggle to find a target. I think he's going to get quite frustrated that he's not able to land these straight shots. And he's going to start initiating a lot of clinches. And I think that's where the key success is going to be for Tyson Fury. I think he's going to get in close and do what he does to pretty much every other opponent and hold his weight on him. It makes the most sense in my opinion. Especially when you're coming up against Usyk, who's probably one of your smaller opponents. I just feel like he's going to hold his weight on him. He has a fair bit of underrated inside work, Tyson Fury does. And I think he's going to put that to good use. Try to land a few body shots. And if Fury's able to land those body shots, I think it'll play well for him. Because we all know that Usyk has a great gas tank on him. And he comes on quite strong in the later rounds. He fights at a very high pace. And he's able to still go at a good pace in the later rounds of the fight. But I just think that Fury has a great path to tire out Usyk. You know, he's a bigger guy, again, can hold his weight, use the inside work. And it will be interesting to see if Usyk does gas out. I'm not saying that he will, but it will be very interesting to see, considering we haven't really seen him gassed out before. Not only that, but when you're the smaller fighter, fighting the bigger fighter, you've got to work 10 times harder to have success because you've got to get past a range. You know, if you're a bigger person, you can't use up as much energy when they're holding on to you. Stuff like that, little things which play a massive part. But then we also have to take into consideration that Tyson Fury in his last performance looked like utter dog shit against Francis Ngannou, a guy who is a complete novice when it comes to boxing. And Ngannou was able to drop Tyson Fury. And a lot of people believe that Ngannou should have won that fight. And then a few months later, AJ goes out there and absolutely wipes the floor with Ngannou, which Tyson Fury should have done in the first place. And then in Usyk's last outing, obviously the whole controversy with the whole body shot thing, you know, being a low blow or whether he faked it, milked it, whatever. He didn't look the best against Daniel Dubois. Now, he did end up getting the finish against Daniel Dubois, to be fair to him. Still won. But I feel like it's a bit different with Usyk compared to Fury, because Fury took on a novice again, whereas Daniel Dubois, a respectable heavyweight, who just got a win over Jarrell fucking Fatso Miller, whatever his name is. Big Baby Miller, that's the one. The one who uses fucking needles. Regardless, Don't want to rant about that. But regardless, you know what I'm trying to say. Daniel Dubois, obviously a better heavyweight boxer than Francis Ngannou, obviously. But Usyk still didn't look the greatest against Daniel Dubois. But I feel like what played a part in that, Usyk and his team kept wanting to fight Tyson Fury, and they weren't getting a fight. So I don't feel like he would have been as motivated going into that Daniel Dubois fight, because I think he really just wanted that Tyson Fury fight, understandably. But then again, I think you can say the same for Tyson Fury. I reckon he wasn't fully up to the Francis Ngannou fight, but it's a bit different with him because he wanted to do that fight as he had teased it many a times in the past. And ultimately, when it comes to this fight, I just keep thinking of the size of Fury and how much smaller Usyk is. And that's the thing for me. There's weight divisions for a reason. And yeah, if Usyk wins, it's fucking incredible. And I can't stress how much I really want him to win. I used to be a massive Tyson Fury fan, and then I've kind of gone off him a bit because, I don't know, he's very contradictory, however you say the word. Contradicting, that's the one. He's very contradicting, in my opinion, a bit of a hypocrite with some of the things he comes out with. I'm just not really a fan of recently. So I really want him to beat Fury, but I just don't think it's going to be the case. I think Fury's going to win, but I really want to be wrong. But even when I pick Fury, I'm not 100% confident. But the only reason I'm picking Fury, I believe that Usyk's a better boxer by far. I just think that Fury is too big, and he knows how to use his weight against opponents, and Usyk is one of his smaller opponents. But how do you guys see this fight playing out? Do you think Usyk's going to win, or do you think Tyson Fury is going to win? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.